I did play with your hair.
I'm going to put my phone down too. Will that make you feel better? It's like, step away from the phone.
You need iPhone intervention. This is my girlfriend Angie, and this is my girlfriend Trish, and we're hanging out at the Diamond Head Beach Resort in Fort Myers, Florida. It is absolutely beautiful. Having a fabulous time. Are you having fun?
Awesome time.
It is so nice,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're hanging out in our room tonight. We just got in from a really good dinner at an Italian place, and we decided to play a little game of questions. What's your favorite thing to do on a Saturday night?
I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, but I am such an introverted homebody that a good Saturday night, my favorite is literally home, just chilling out, watching movies. I'm not a big bar person or that at all. So.
Not a big bar person.
I'm not a big bar person.
So what about earlier?
Yes. No, just kidding. She's kidding. Completely kidding. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy. Sweatpants at home. Even better if I'm with somebody I want to be with.
I can so relate to that. I'm a homebody too. What about you, though? You are happily married, and
I am.
so what do you and Kevin like to do on Saturday night?
Same thing. Stay in.
Really?
Yes. We like to get in the PJs and just watch movies, hang with our pets.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Exciting.
This is what women our age do on Saturday nights.
If you go to the movies ever, would you rather stay home and watch movies or go to the movie theater?
Oh my gosh. I would much rather stay home and watch movies because the teenagers that are making out in the theater make me sick. Also, I have this weird thing about sitting in the dark with 100 other people that I don't know. That kind of bothers me. And then there's the fact that the floor is so sticky. Sitting in the dark in a dirty place with people I don't know is not my ideal night out. Also, I think it's a crappy date. I mean, basically, if somebody asks me to the movies, they're saying, hey, would you like to go sit in the dark and stare at a screen and not talk to each other? So I always say no thanks. But yeah, Netflix at home, I mean, you can just cuddle up on the couch with your Great Dane or with your hubby or with whatever and just enjoy the movie. In my opinion, what about you?
I 100% watch at home, except I have my one exception a year.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I do this thing on my birthday, and I've done this for 10 years. I will go see a movie by myself, a matinee on my birthday. And this was the first year I ever told people that I actually do this, and the overwhelming response I got was, that's sad. And I was really kind of taken back by that because I love it. It's my thing.
Right.
So that is the one movie a year I'll go see at the theater. But other than that, it's all at home.
See, I think that's great because Valentine's Day, I have my whole tradition. I love to do it by myself. And I guess if I told anybody what I do on Valentine's Day, they would say the same thing. They'd be like, that's so sad. Or that's so weird. Or
Now, we would
whatever.
normally stay home and watch movies, but there's this awesome place called I Pick Theaters. And so you go and you have dinner and you watch the movie, and
Nice.
the chairs lounge back and you get blankets and pillows.
Oh, I'm in.
It's totally cool. But it's very expensive, but it's totally worth
Do
it.
you guys still have drive-ins in your drive-in
We have
theaters at your
one.
in your area?
One.
We
yes.
do too. We have drive-ins in the area.
I
They're
have-
just coming back.
I have
Making them
not
come
been
back.
to one in years.
Next time you're in Tennessee,
Okay.
let me know and I will take you to the drive-in. Although that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay, it's a date, Lynn.
Yeah. Not on Valentine's Day because
Or my birthday, because
I
that's
have
mine.
plans.
That's my thing. Yeah.
All right, Valentine's Day. What do you and Kevin do?
Really nothing. We like to celebrate out the weekend before. Always, because we do not like waiting in line.
Oh.
We don't like huge crowds.
Right.
So we just really go out for a quick meal and home.
See, I think that's great. Doing it the weekend before.
Mhm.
Avoid all the weirdo crowds and the heart-shaped menus and all that weird stuff. No.
No, not for
Yeah.
me.
That's me
good.
too. Like if I go out to eat, I like to go on a Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock or something because I don't do the 20-minute lines on Friday night. I think that's ridiculous. I mean, if you want to eat, you want to eat. If you want to wait in line, that's a different story. Like call me up for a date and say, hey, would you like to go wait in line for half an hour somewhere? All right, so let's talk cooking because we are 3 women. And as you guys know, I love to eat. I do love food. So, Trish, you're the cook in the group.
Yes.
And What is it you love so much about cooking?
It's just, it's so creative. It's just, to me, it's just another way of expressing yourself. Whether it's interior design or landscape design or painting or whatever, I've always been really drawn to that. And then once I started cooking, I really got into it. And I don't know, to me, it's like, I don't use recipes, and it's just really the way you can blend the different flavors and they meld together, and you can just, you know, I just, it's creative expression, then I get to eat it at the end. So it's like,
I like to eat. I don't know
Yeah.
about cooking, but I love to
Yes.
eat. And what about you?
We don't want to talk about me, and my husband will be laughing at this one because he'll be like, "Yeah, right, she cooks." Not. No, I don't cook. My husband, he can cook any meal within 20 to 30 minutes, no recipe, and it's fabulous. So
So nice.
I don't cook at all. But in 2012 is my plan to learn to at least cook a few things and hopefully try to cook a few times a week.
We're all going to Trisha's house for cooking lessons. Me, I can cook, but I don't like to anymore. Why should I when I can have people bring it to me? Or I can just go and pick it up or whatever. But I used to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, especially when my children were younger as a single mom. And then when I took care of my grandmother, I cooked for her. After she passed away and the kids got a little bit older, I just lost my desire to be stuck in the kitchen 3 times a day. So that's me. Yeah. You have to come and hang out on my back deck again.
what about me? Am I invited?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we're all
That
going to
was
go.
why I
hang
meant
out.
to.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
just
what-
come hang
okay,
out on
I
my
was
deck.
feeling-
And then you
Yeah.
know what she's trying to get us there for,
No.
so we can help organize. her
No,
gathering.
don't say organize.
I was like, do we have a job? Do we have a job?
Yes.
You cook, you organize. I'll sit on the back deck. That's so bad. That is so
Do our
bad.
low carb recipes. For
Yes. So
Yeah.
we've all known each other for a little while, by the way, and Angie and I met in person, I think 7.5 years ago. We met in Chicago while I was there at an event, but we'd known each other online even before that. But I just found out this weekend how Trish and I originally connected, which was through Google, of all things, because I was trying to think back at how we originally met before we met in person. So you tell a story. How did you find me?
I was actually doing research for my blog. I typed in learn internet marketing, and Lynn came up as #1, and I'm like, well, she obviously knows what she's doing, so let me check her out. And then I saw something for your elite forum, and I think it took me about 30 minutes to decide to join, if
Oh,
it's
that's
that
cool.
long, and I've been in it ever since.
That's been a couple years.
Yeah, 2.5 years ago.
Right,
And
right.
then we met in person for the first time in February following that at NAMS.
Right.
So,
NAMS is an affiliate marketing event that happens in Atlanta twice a year, so we all go. So it's good to reconnect at the events, but we all originally met online and then met in person at events in different places, and then just became friends to the point that Trish and I had lunch together in Chattanooga recently while she was in Tennessee, and Angie and I, we went, well, we saw each other in August, but before that we were in Colorado Springs and spent a weekend there, which was beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's so cool to meet someone online and then take that relationship offline and then end up being such great friends.
I know, it really is. And Angie, I think you and I actually connected separately when I was doing the 90-day challenge on my blog through commenting and then through the
Yes.
forum and stuff like
Yeah.
that too. So it was like, you know, it's just kind of cool that,
Yeah.
you know, you develop these friendships.
And we've decided that our next trip, the 3 of us together, is going to be to Finland.
That would be.
Satu.
Hi, Satu. We're coming to visit.
What is your absolute favorite workout? I even like to work out, but what is your favorite workout?
Boxing.
Really?
All kinds. I like shadow. I like kickboxing. For Christmas, I got an early Christmas gift called Slam Man, and it is this big boxing torso with a head and lights up, and you box
wow.
it. You know, when the light goes, you
And
hit
you
it.
can take pictures, face pictures.
Oh my
to
gosh,
it.
I so
Oh, wow, I didn't think about that. I'm like, yeah, I guess you could.
I could put the picture of Dr. Reed on there and dance with it.
You could.
You got your Dr. Reed thing going on.
Yes, I have a huge crush on Dr. Reed. Hi, Dr. Reed, because I know you're watching. So what's your favorite workout? Boxing is cool.
Mhm.
Boxing
I love
is
it.
cool.
You
yeah.
boxed in Atlanta in August?
I did. Hey, Todd. We went to the Total Gym in Atlanta with Todd, and man, that was
fun.
quite the workout. It was great.
And your favorite workout? You love to work out. You're like totally addicted. I know.
You can That wasn't no slant. No, I love power yoga. Actually, Brian Kest,
Right.
I think is fabulous, and I like it because it mellows me out, and anything that calms me down and mellows me out.
Good.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes people think yoga, you're just kind of standing there going, and
I got bored.
that would never work for me. There's the stationary, but like with the power yoga, you move the entire time, and it's a very fluid motion. You're tired at the end of it, and then the next day you feel muscles hurting that you had no idea you had. And
I think that's much
and Brian
better
Kest is really good looking.
that you're tired.
Like-
that you're tired at the end of it, because the last time I did yoga, I almost fell asleep in the middle of it.
And actually, I think he has a studio in California that you can go and actually practice.
Well, forget
yoga.
Finland.
Sorry,
We like you said too, but
she's gone.
Yeah, my favorite workout currently is Zumba. And again, like Trish said, the guy is good looking. There's a couple of guys on there, and I'm like, you know, I don't necessarily even have to do the Zumba to get my heart rate up. So I just watch the DVD and call it a workout. But I like Zumba. Zumba is fun. But probably my absolute favorite workout is to do a really fast, brisk walk with Slim, with my Great Dane. And boy, can he be a workout, especially if a rabbit runs by or something.
I've got a question for you, Lynn. What was your biggest disappointment of 2011? And I'll make it a two-part question. And what was the good thing that came out of it?
My biggest disappointment was that I didn't get my book out in August. I'm writing a book, and I was planning to get it out and have it published by August, and that was my goal. And I didn't meet that deadline for a number of reasons. But as far as what good came out of that, I would have to say that in the process of getting delayed on getting the book out, I came up with some new strategies and some new things I wanted to test that I'm in the process of doing now, which I would have regretted had the book came out in August. I would have regretted that those things didn't go into the
Didn't
book.
make it in there.
I would have
Yeah.
immediately wanted to write, you know, an update or a second edition. And so that was the best possible regret. I really am so glad that I didn't put it out before these other things kind of came to light that I want to make sure that I add in there.
Yeah, I think it's so important because I think no matter what you do in life or where you are, there will always be disappointments.
Right.
But to reframe it is, you know, what's good has come out of that, because I've yet to go through anything that's been difficult or really challenging or just disappointing that at the end of the day did not better prepare me for what was coming next. And I've always have been so amazed how life just unfolds as it should.
So what about you?
You know, 2011 was an interesting year.
Interesting.
Interesting.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and there were a number of disappointments, and they're more on the personal level than,
Sure.
you know, and those affected some professional things for me, but the good that's come out of it, I'm trying to like frame this without getting into too much detail here, it's just the optimism for what's next, and just knowing that when you're open and you learn from what comes your way, no matter how painful or hard it is, that there will be something good that comes later. And so worship.
Very
There you
true.
go.
That's what we're here for this weekend. We're brainstorming the year ahead. We're brainstorming our plans for 2012. And that includes personal as well as business. You know what our personal goals are. You know, Angie had mentioned that she would like to start cooking. And I would really like to get on track with my workouts, not just watching the DVDs, but actually doing them. Do you have any specific personal goals this year?
Personally, yes. I've also recently lost about 15 pounds in the last couple of months, and I've got some more that I would like to. But yeah, getting more into the physical fitness part of it, as you pointed out, I clearly love that. And
As we're moseying down the beach this morning, calling it a workout.
yeah, exactly. We're looking at seashells and
We
talking
have
to
to
the
bend
birds.
over and pick up seashells.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
there's some stretching involved. Yeah, but yeah.
It was a nice long walk.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. So, and actually, another personal goal is I would really like to get back into riding my horses this year. It's the weirdest thing. When I moved them home, and I've had them, you know, on my property for the last several years, I stopped riding completely, and it just was like, okay, they're in the backyard, and that's where they are. And so now I just recently moved them both back into a stable environment, into a stable environment.
When it's unstable
It was. My
at
house
your
is pretty
house.
nutty. Yeah, no, they're back into a formal horse stable. So I have a place to work with them that's a little bit more conducive, and
Somebody's going to eventually put me in a stable environment.
it's going to happen. I can feel it. Yeah. So anyway, I would like to start riding again. I used to ride 3-4 times a week before
Nice.
this whole move to the country happened, and then it was like, wait a
But
minute,
wasn't that the goal?
to give up riding? No.
I mean, so that you could ride
Yes,
more.
the whole goal of it, and it was just funny that it's like sometimes
What a
what you
turnaround.
what you think is going to come out of something doesn't.
Oh boy.
And I got in my horses and the whole,
Not the truth.
you know, and
It
so
is.
it did it rolled. I really, you know, realized how much I enjoyed being part of that stable environment where there's other people who like to ride and enjoy horses and interact with them, and so I'm really excited about it. I'm actually going to start riding again.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So I have one last question.
Yes.
Here it is. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
Brace yourself.
Okay.
Because
All
this
right.
one's a little deep.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
What do you think of sweet potato fries?
Oh my god. Morning, noon, and night.
Heaven.
For breakfast, for lunch.
Yeah, when the staff at the hotel walks up to
And
you
they know
and
you
asks you if
Would
you
you
need more
like
sweet potato fries at breakfast.
You know you have a problem.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
All right. So that's it from Fort Myers, Florida, and I will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.